Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we'll be talking about John MacArthur once again, and we have some details involving his battle with the state of California regarding lockdown restrictions. And we got an update. He has a settlement that is pending, and he's getting some cash money, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, but before we get into that, don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel if you really like it, because early likes really help with those magical YouTube algorithms. Without further ado, here is our case information. Again, the state and the county are both being sued as co-defendants, and each will have to put up $400,000. And, that totals $800,000 for those who can do simple math. But, the caveat to this is, where it's not quite as much of a win as you would think is the fact that they apparently spent over $950,000 on this case. $938,000 of it went to attorneys. So, I think we got to comment on that for a second. Like, how does it take $900,000 plus dollars in legal fees to fight this court battle? I'm actually really surprised by that. And it also looks like the attorneys don't include Jenna Ellis, because I thought she was the big lawyer for that, but apparently she's not listed on this settlement. So for a second there, I thought my opinion of her legal prowess was going to improve, but it did not. But at the same time, gotta wonder, I would have thought that, maybe someone was doing this pro bono, but at the end of the day, this was money well spent. This was extremely well spent. This $950,000 that Grace Community Church spent on this legal battle was more important to the Great Commission in the United States than a bunch of other ways that money could have been spent. It's even on missions. If you spend that much money on the North American Mission Board, you're not doing squat diddly for the Great Commission except planting woke churches. You give that money to a Haitian earthquake relief fund, you're not doing a whole lot of good there because that money will get siphoned off. So this was money well spent, very strategic, and they came out on top. Now, if we're going to be honest, they came out on top because of a different court case that went to the Supreme Court, and that's really why they're coming out on top, is because the precedent was set up high that this lawsuit had no chance of losing anymore. So, and then the state backed down. But this is playing offense, and I really appreciate that they're going after the state to pay their cost. And these people need to be punished for their violations of individual liberties. They need to be punished for that. And sometimes that means making them pay. And even more devastating, to set the precedent that if they violate people's rights, they have to pay those people for it. And at the end of the day, they recuperate all but $150,000, give or take, that they spent on this case. Which, again, this is a mega church. Grace Community Church is a mega church. And it's one of the rare mega churches in the United States that does not fit the motif of a mega church, where it's just a marketing machine. So I got to give John MacArthur credit for that. And this is a mega church spending this kind of money not on building another satellite campus, but on fighting to advance the mission that can help not just their church, but all churches. So we got to really appreciate the effort and the money that they sunk into this. I also want to comment on John MacArthur, because over a year ago I covered this story where John MacArthur set out to defy the state of California and their lockdown restrictions. And, one thing we have to balance is that John MacArthur was in sin on this issue for about 5 months, where he shut his church down, claiming Romans 13, bro. which was his famous hermeneutic on that passage, which is a dead wrong hermeneutic on that passage. It does not recognize that authority comes with jurisdiction. And let alone you easily get yourself into a logical pretzel when you have such a bad hermeneutic, because it's not logical and it's not what anyone believed. Certainly not Paul, certainly not anyone in the Old Testament or even the New Testament believed that. So John MacArthur was famously a Romans 13 bro, but he changed his position when seeing that his theology applied was unfaithful. It was unfaithful to close your church down during lockdowns. It was unfaithful to do that. It was sinful. And I stand by that. I stand by that comment, because you closed down not because of the safety, but because the government asked you to. That is why churches closed down. And that's wrong. Because let's also be honest, they didn't have enough evidence to warrant a public safety measure. They didn't. Not on March 16th, 2020. They did not have the evidence to call for lockdowns. So, with that said, it is good to see the right people pay the penalty. And I get that taxpayers will have to fund that, but California is a really blue state. So, this is one instance of own the libs I can actually really get behind. And praise God for this instance. So that's all I got to say about that. My name is Ray. This was supposed to be a quick video, and I kept it quick. And again, if you like this kind of content, like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about what I think. And if you really want to support the Evangelical Dark Web, you can go to evangelicaldarkweb.org/join, and you can become a member there to help support the Evangelical Dark Web and all it does. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you on the next one.